Another day and another Satin Kajal liner by Victoria Beckham Beauty. Now, I did go ahead and pick it up. This one is in the shade Orchid. I have a full Victoria Beckham Beauty buyer's guide coming up. I've already filmed it. I just need to edit it, but it's taking me a little longer to edit because it's such a long video. So I figure let's do a small video beforehand showing you guys the new Orchid shade and of course doing some comparison swatches with the other purples in the collection. Originally on the website, this Orchid shade was said to be a jewel liner, was in the position of a jewel liner, like in the actual row. It's not a jewel liner, it is a shimmer liner, which I'm happy about because both the mattes and the shimmer, I actually really like the formula. I'm not the biggest fan of the jewel liners from Victoria Beckham Beauty. The Satin Kajals are arguably the most popular item of the entire range, and I agree, I actually really love it. And this is their newest shade. It's gonna be a shimmer mauve shade. So here you see the gradient of it swatched and you see how blendable this one is. It is beautiful. It's described as a deep mauve shade. So it's gonna lean a little bit cool and you can actually see the shimmer inside of it. It feels creamy, so it feels very easy on the eyes, like most of the Satin Kajals. But I think a lot of you guys are interested in seeing how this compares to the Fig shade, which is the worst performing, in my opinion, of all the Satin Kajals. This one does tug to the skin and looks a little patchy on the skin, and that is why you guys are very interested in seeing them together. As you can already tell, the patchiness of Fig, it's not the same, right? Fig is much patchier, but they are definitely family members. Fig is described as a plum shade, whereas Orchid is described as a mauve shade. But in case you wanted to see some extra comparisons, one of my favorite shades of the lineup is Bordeaux, which is a deep burgundy shade. Also part of the mattes, it's gonna lean a little bit more red, a little bit more Bordeaux. That one is a great swatch, and this is a matte shade. So here you can see how Fig does pull a little patchy compared to Bordeaux, which is a beautiful creamy matte. And there was a limited edition collection from Victoria Beckham Beauty with the shade Cherry Blossom. I'm gonna swatch this one as well. This one is gonna lean neon fuchsia, as you can tell, definitely a different color. And it's gonna be way more pink, way more fuchsia. So this is gonna be Orchid, Shimmer formula. These are 3 mattes. This is Fig, Bordeaux, and Cherry Blossom. And clearly, Orchid is a family member of the Fig shade. If you've never used the Satin Kajal formula before, these are incredibly creamy, blendable. They're not really for typical eyeliner styles. This is a smudgy liner. So when you're using these, think about smudging them out and using them to aid a makeup look and not as a standalone eyeliner per se. And on the other side, there is a smudger. I use that smudger to kind of smudge away at the liner to create a beautiful gradient effect, kind of smudgy line look. So this is way more light in pigment than I expected, very blendable, and you do see the shimmer aspect a little bit. All I'm wearing on the lid right now is Trench and Pecan eyewears to just kind of sketch out the eye. And on this eye, I've put a bit of the liner. I want to see if I can build it up. Definitely buildable. It is a beautiful color. This isn't all built up, and I want to say that it's lighter than I expected since it pulls incredibly deep on the arm, but I feel like Fig was always much deeper in shade. So let's go over it with Fig a little bit so you can see if there's a gradient. And you can definitely see the difference between Fig over here and Orchid over here. Orchid blends out like a dream, and Fig is kind of difficult to blend. Purples are very difficult to do, guys. Blending it out with the diffuser as well. Going in with a little bit of Fig, because you can tell that this side looks much deeper than this side. So this is Orchid and Fig all blended out. I'm not wearing any mascara just yet. I'm gonna put on mascara, but maybe I wanna layer another lid luster on top of it. Just to talk a little bit about the formula, Orchid does blend out beautifully. It is like that typical Satin Kajal formula that you want from Victoria Beckham Beauty, where it's super easy to blend. It doesn't tug in the eyes. It's just a very wearable, blendable, beautiful formula, especially for layering. It isn't as deep as I wanted to be, because I actually thought it was going to be the same depth, the same deepness as Fig, whereas Fig actually leans a little bit deeper and is a little bit more pigmented. Unfortunately with Fig, it does skip and can look very patchy, but the combination of the two make for a very beautiful, like, wearable purple eye. I should say mauve slash plum eye, but you know, it's all leaning very purple. It does look very beautiful. The only lid luster I was interested in trying on top of it was probably Tea Rose. Tea Rose, like the name describes, Tea Rose is a beautiful rose shade. And I was thinking maybe this on top of this beautiful orchid shade would be a nice combination of rose, and you can tell the gold flecks in Tea Rose makes this shade so unique. So that's what I'm gonna do. Someone in the comment section was like, they should make a lid luster, like a purple lid luster, so a lid luster based on this orchid shade, and I was all up for it. I was like, yeah, she's completely right. The lid luster range needs a purple, but since I don't have a purple, I'm gonna go for Tea Rose. And look how beautiful that is combined together. Ah, I love playing around with these shadows from Victoria Beckham Beauty. Just so fun to use. And if you do have a Satin Kajal and you don't know how to use it, or you're like, yeah, it's just way too emollient, put on a glittery topper. I swear to God, it will transform your thoughts on these Satin Kajal liners. So that is it all layered. Let's put on some mascara and let's talk a little bit about the final thoughts. Now, what's nice about the Satin Kajal formula is that if you like it, then you already know you're gonna love this one, because this is a classic Satin Kajal formula where it is very emollient, very blendable, and great to layer underneath shadows like I do. I love the Satin Kajal line, most popular item in the range. So if you are eyeing a beautiful kind of purple leaning shade and you were disappointed with Fig, you might actually like this one. I actually think the formula of this one like supersedes Fig by a mile. It is the Shimmer formula, so it's gonna lean a little bit lighter than the Fig shade. The Fig shade is a bit deeper, which I do actually like, but having them together, Now the sale season is coming up, so I would advise to just wait for the sale time to come around if you are waiting to purchase multiple items. If you only want the Satin Kajal in itself, you can wait for complimentary shipping. Then it doesn't cost this much. Personally, I will recommend this liner. I think it is beautiful. I wish it was a little deeper because, like I said, it looked very close in swatch to Fig, but it's gonna lean a little lighter. But having them in my collection, being able to play with them, and now putting a lid luster on top, look how beautiful the eye look came out, and really took me like 5 minutes. So, big fan of the Satin Kajal formulas, big fan of the shimmers, big fan of the mattes, and if you are waiting to see my full buyer's guide of Victoria Beckham Beauty, I promise you guys it is coming. It's just taking me a while to edit. I want to thank you guys all so much for watching, and of course, comment in the comment section down below if you have any questions or you just want to nerd out about makeup with me. I'll link this beautiful shade down below, and of course, the rest of the shades as well. The links are going to be affiliated, and everything I earn from affiliates I put back into my channel. Most likely putting it back to showing you guys more Victoria Beckham Beauty content. If Victoria Beckham Beauty content is what you like, please make sure to subscribe to my channel because I'm a huge Victoria Beckham Beauty lover, and I have a full playlist for you guys to watch to just enjoy all the Victoria Beckham Beauty goodies. A few videos on the Satin Kajal, so if you want to see the Satin Kajals all swatch or demoed on the eyes, please make sure to check out that playlist. Once again, thank you guys all so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a beautiful and happy and healthy day. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!